Okay, I believe that you have read the question and you have understood the meaning of the question and what it is demanding from us. It says that a man is standing. He feels that rain is falling on his head, making an angle of 30 degrees with the vertical. So first diagram we can make that the rain is falling, making an angle of 30 degrees with the vertical. So what I'm going to show you all, I'm going to show you that this is the velocity of rain with respect to ground, and it is making an angle of 30 degrees with the vertical. Since the man is stationary, so the rain will be actually, the velocity of the rain will be measured in terms of with respect to ground. Now the man is standing here, he feels that the rain is falling in this manner. What he does, he throws the umbrella. The next line you read, he throws the umbrella and starts running at 10 km per hour. And he finds that raindrops are hitting his head vertically. Now let me show you all vectorial representation. He starts running, that is the velocity of man with respect to ground is 10 km per hour. He starts running and he feels that the raindrops are hitting his head vertically. That means if I show you vectorially, if this is the velocity of man with respect to ground, the raindrops are falling vertically down and he feels that they are hitting his head vertically in this manner. So this is velocity of rain with respect to man. So we got this velocity of man with respect to ground, that is given as 10 km per hour. Every detail we have noted down. So let me make a next vector diagram so that I can clearly show you all how you are going to find out the things from the vector diagram itself. Now first of all, the man starts running. This is the case velocity of man with respect to ground. The raindrops are falling in this manner. This is velocity of rain with respect to ground. And now you see, he feels that the raindrops are hitting his head vertically in the vertical direction. Hence, we can show that this will be the velocity of rain with respect to man. Now let me write on the magnitudes. Velocity of man with respect to ground, that is given as 10 km per hour. We have got this velocity of rain with respect to ground and we don't know its magnitude. We want to find out what is the magnitude of velocity of rain with respect to man. Try to understand. Now let me show you that this angle is 30 degree. One thing. Now, and we can also show that this vector will be minus of velocity of man with respect to ground. So I have made every term here. I have shown every term here. Now the question is asking us, find the speed of raindrops with respect to the moving man. So we have to find out what is the velocity of raindrops with respect to the man. This is which has been required from us. It's hitting vertically downward. Now see here, if we know about the velocity of rain with respect to ground, if we can find out what is the velocity of rain with respect to ground, its vertical component only will be velocity of rain with respect to man. So our first target will be try to find out what is the velocity of rain with respect to ground. So what do? We know that velocity of rain with respect to man is equal to velocity of rain with respect to ground minus velocity of man with respect to ground. This is what I have taught you in relative velocity, how to frame the equations. Velocity of rain with respect to ground, that is sum of velocity of rain with respect to man plus velocity of man with respect to ground. And here also you see one more thing, this due to this vector and due to this vector, understand, due to this vector, the resultant is this. That is, this resultant has got no horizontal component. So what we can write that VRG sine 30 degree is equal to VMG. I am only writing the magnitude from the vector diagram. This vector diagram I have written VRG sine 30 degree, that its horizontal component will be equal to VMG. So that the resultant has got no horizontal component. So I am just equaling the horizontal component of this and this. So resultant will be 0 for horizontal component. So VRG will turn out to be, you can easily check, that will be VMG divided by sine 30. VMG already that's given as 10. 10 divided by 1 by 2. So it turns out to be 20 km per hour. So we got the value of VRG. Now try to understand for the vertical component. VRG, now see, the vertical component of this vector will be equal to the resultant, because the resultant is lying only along the vertical direction, and this is the resultant of this vector and this vector. So we can write that VR slash M. Let me write down here. let me remove this diagram and we can write that VRG, and from here cos 30 degree, its vertical component cos 30 degree will be equal to VRM, VR/m, that is velocity of rain with respect to man. VRG, that is 20, already we have evaluated cos 30 is √3/2. Now this is equal to velocity of rain with respect to man, and therefore velocity of rain with respect to man comes out to be 10√3 kilometer per hour. We got this, 10√3 kilometer per hour. Let's check the option. Option B matches with the right answer. So hence 10√3 kilometer per hour is the right answer for this question. I hope that you understood how to use the concepts of relative velocity and vectorial diagram to solve such kind of question. Hope that it is helpful for you all and you are learning as you proceed with each question. The next question, 8th one. A man running on a horizontal road. A man running on a horizontal road at 8 km per hour finds the rain falling vertically. This time the man is running with 8 km per hour and finds that rain is falling vertically. He increases his speed to 12 km per hour and finds that the drop makes angle 30 degree with the vertical. Find the speed and direction of the rain with respect to the road. So we need to find out speed and direction of the rain with respect to road. Here the options are A 3√5 km per hour, B 4√7 km per hour, C 5√2 km per hour and D 6√3 km per hour. We will also signify the direction with the angle also. It doesn't matter whether the angle is not provided here, but we will also find out the angle with what it makes with the vertical. Let's go ahead. The first diagram, if I make, it says that find the velocity of, find the speed and direction of rain with respect to road. So our target should be velocity of rain with respect to road, that is velocity of rain with respect to ground. This is what we have to evaluate. Now first it is said that man runs at 8 km per hour. Let's say the rain is falling along this direction. This is velocity of rain with respect to ground. Let's say it is falling in this direction. Now it is said that he finds that the rain appears to him falling vertically downward direction, and let us say this angle is alpha. Velocity of rain with respect to ground I have shown here, this angle is alpha, this is velocity of man with respect to ground. This alpha signifies that the velocity of rain makes an angle alpha with the vertical, how the rains are falling, how the rain is falling. Now it is said that it feels to him rain is falling in the vertical downward direction, so velocity of rain with respect to man is in this sense. Till here, till he runs with a speed of 8 km per hour. Just now we discussed such pattern of question. You can easily make out from here, you can easily frame the question. This is the resultant of this and negative of this. So if I make negative of this, I should draw a vector showing that this is minus of velocity of man with respect to ground. So see here, its horizontal component should be equal to this. So we can write the first equation. I hope that you are getting each term as I verbally speak it. So we can easily write that VRG, that will be fixed here, VRG, and its horizontal component will give us sin alpha. VRG sin alpha is equal to VMG, that is equal to 8. So let me write VRG sin alpha is equal to 8. This is equation number 1. We are unaware about VRG. This is what is required. Find the speed and direction of rain with respect to road. So we are required for this also and alpha also, both we need to evaluate. Now the second part of question says that he increases his speed to 12 km per hour. The next diagram we can make, he increases his speed to 12 km per hour and finds that drops make angle 30 degree with the vertical. How can we draw the next diagram? Let's go ahead. See here, for the next vectorial representation, he increases his speed to, I am writing this as V dash, man with respect to ground, that is 12 km per hour now. I am writing this as V dash. So don't confuse it with the initial velocity of man with respect to ground, that is 8. This time it has changed to 12. He has increased his speed to 12 km per hour. Now, first of all, velocity of rain with respect to ground, that will remain the same because that is fixed. So let me show you here the velocity of rain with respect to ground, that was fixed in this way, and let's say this is alpha. Now if I draw a vector minus of velocity of man with respect to ground, not a problem. It will not create any problem. I have just taken its reverse, its inverse I have taken, and that will be negative of it. So I have shown you minus of velocity of man with respect to ground. Velocity of rain with respect to man, if I evaluate, now it is said that for him it feels that rain is making an angle of 30 degree with the vertical. So the next statement will be, the next diagram, this is the velocity of rain with respect to man. This angle that has been given, this angle is 30 degree, understand. This is the resultant of this and this. First thing, we got that, resultant of this and this. Now that means a line perpendicular to this line. If I make this point as O, and if I make this point as A, this point as B, okay, 2 points I have only marked. If I draw a perpendicular from O to line O, if I draw a perpendicular, you see this is the resultant of this and this. So the net component of this along this and this along this, try to understand, the net horizontal component should be also equal to the net horizontal component due to the rest vector. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you here this line, it's making an angle of 30 degree. So if I show you here that the horizontal component along this line of the resultant has got no component along this line, the component of this vector along this line should be equal to the component of this vector along this line. So I'm going to write that equation. What to do, take note till here, I will start writing the equation at the other end. Now I hope that you would have understood what we have to do in the next part. Let me frame the equation as we did in the earlier part. See, I was talking about this line. I have made a line that is perpendicular to OA. Let me say that this is OA dash. Now see that the component of this vector along this line, we will have a component, and if I extend this line, the component of this along this line should be equal, because so that net component along this line should be 0. So what we can write? We can write that VRG, understand this total angle will be 30 plus alpha. So sine 30 plus alpha should be equal to this VMG, and this angle will be again 30 degree, understand, this angle will be 30 degree. So we can write VMG cos 30 degree. This is V dash mg. See, remember this, I wrote this as, note this as V dash mg. One dash was missing here, also mark the dash. Now VRG, we are not sure of. One equation we got. Let's say this equation number 2. You see equation number 1 and equation number 2, VRG is the same. If we divide equation number 2 by equation number 1, that is, what I'm going to do, I'm dividing equation number 2 by equation number 1. I'm going to get VRG will be cancelled out. Same, you all would have written both the equation. So you'll be getting sine 30 plus alpha divided by sine alpha is equal to, see here, is equal to V dash mg cos 30 divided by 8. V dash mg cos 30 divided by 8. If we simplify this, now let me simplify this. Sine 30 plus alpha, we can write that as sine 30 cos alpha plus cos 30 sine alpha. Not a big problem, we can write in this way, divided by sine alpha is equal to V dash mg. V dash mg that is equal to 12 cos 30, that is 12 root 3 by 2 divided by 8. We got this, and VRG sine alpha equals to 8. I am writing down here VRG sine alpha is equal to 8. This was equation number 1. I am rewriting it here. For our reference, if we require it, we will use it. Now let us simplify this. This will go 2 times. This will go 3 times. We will be having 3 root 3 by 4 at the right hand side. And here you see sine 30, 1 by 2, cos alpha by sine alpha, you get cot alpha. So 1 by 2 cot alpha. Now sine alpha will be cancelled out, plus cos 30 is root 3 by 2 is equal to 3 root 3 by 4. Now you see easily we can solve this. You will be obtaining 1 by 2 cot alpha, you get 1 by 2 cot alpha is equal to, now see root 3 by 2 and root 3 by 4. We can write that as root 3 you take common, 3 by 4 minus 1 by 2, you will get 1 by 4 root 3. 2 and 4 will be cancelled out. Need not to worry, I will show that stepwise. You will be having 1 by 2 cot alpha is equal to root 3. 3 by 4 minus 1 by 2, you will get root 3 by 4. Again, this 2 and 2 you will be getting. So cot alpha will turn out to be root 3 by 2. Cot alpha is equal to root 3 by 2. So let me show you here. Cot alpha is equal to root 3 by 2. So we got alpha is equal to cot inverse root 3 by 2. What alpha signifies? Alpha gives us the direction of the rainfall. As I have drawn the diagram, you can see the diagram that alpha I have mentioned. So first thing we have got the direction, that's alpha is equal to cot inverse root 3 by 2. So what do you do? Take note till here, and let me also complete by marking VRG. So take note till here. Okay, now you see, already you must have noted down about the alpha value. Now sine alpha you can evaluate from this. If you know cot alpha, you can evaluate sine alpha. That will come out to be 2 by root 7. That will come out to be 2 by root 7. You can check that. Now VRG sine alpha was given as 8. Let's put here VRG sine alpha is 2 by root 7. That is equal to 8. And hence we are going to obtain VRG as 4 root 7. That comes out to be 4 root 7 kilometer per hour. This is the value of the rain, speed of rain to ground. So the answer will be option number B, 4 root 7 kilometer per hour. To complete it with direction, we should also write alpha is equal to cot inverse root 3 by 2. Since diagram is required to show this, so that's why the only answer you have to mark, that is equal to 4 root 7 kilometer per hour. And the angle that it makes with the vertical, that is alpha is equal to cot inverse root 3 by 2, that is the answer. Now hope that you have understood this question. It was a good question. We have to actually cancel out the component along a different direction, which I have shown you. Practice of such question would be of great help so that you score well in your JEE main examination. Now let's go ahead with the next problem that we have. The next problem of the day, question number 9. 3 particles A, B and C. See, 3 particles A, B and C are situated at the vertices of an equilateral triangle ABC of side D at t equals to 0. Each of the particles move with constant speed v. A always has its velocity along AB, B along BC and C along CA. At what time will the particles meet each other? Option number A, d by v. Option number B, 2d by 3v. Option number C, d by 2v. And option number D, 2d by 5v. 4 options and the scenario of the question. How the question will look like? If I draw a diagram representing the motion of the 3 particles. First of all, they are moving along the edges of an equilateral triangle. Let's say this is A, let's say this is B, let's say this is C. Or to make it more simple, okay, let's keep it in this way, A, B and C, or let me just keep it, okay, let's keep it A, B and C. A is always targeting to move towards B. B is always targeting to move towards C. C is always targeting to move towards A. What will happen over time? Try to understand what will happen. as A moves a very small distance here, B would have moved here and C would have moved here. So now if I try to show you a different triangle, now A will be here, this will be new position of A dash, this will be new position of B dash, this will be new position of C dash. But actually I'm talking only for a very small interval of time. Next, A will target to reach B here and B will target to reach C here and C will target to reach B here. The triangle will be changed, but still, since speed is same, this time this triangle will be also an equilateral triangle. It will be an equilateral triangle. Try to understand. The initial edge length is given as D. The speed of each is given as V along the edges. What will happen? It will continue moving along this line. It will continue moving along this line. Let me show you that this is joined. Yes. And this will continue moving along this line. So, where will they target to reach? The triangle edges length are actually converging. And finally, if we talk about symmetry, they will actually approach, they will target to meet at the centroids, and let me mark the centroid as O. So, they will meet at centroid O of triangle. They will meet at centroid O of triangle. So we got this. Due to symmetry, actually I have not used any something else. I am not framing any equation to show you all here, but due to symmetry, it will reach at centroid of the triangle. Now you see here how the path will be. The A is targeting to reach to these points. So A's path will be somewhat like this. Let me show you here. B's path will be somewhat like this, and C's path will be somewhat like this. This will be the path of each of the particle, and they are targeting to reach here. Now let's talk about the speed. They have to cover this much distance. If we talk about logical, they have to cover this much distance with the given speed. Now try to understand. First of all, we know that what is the length of this line B, point B joining to this point O. We can easily evaluate that, and that can be evaluated. Now see, that will be 2/3 of this line joining perpendicular to the line AC. So if I write the length BO, that will be equal to 2/3 of line joining B to AC, and let me say that this is point D. So line BD's length will be, use Pythagoras theorem, this length is D, this is D by 2. That will turn out to be 2 by 3 D square minus D by 2 whole square. Writing down this value 2 by 3 under root, now see, D square minus D square by 4. So you are going to get this as 3 by 4 D square. From here, you see here, if we open the bracket, I will be having 2 by 3 root 3 by 2 D. So this 2 and 2 will be cancelled out. You will be having D by root 3. This is the first thing, that is the length BO I have written down as D by root 3. I hope that you have got this thing, how we have attained this. Now the next part, let me show you the next part, how we want to do, how we should approach for the next part. So take note till here, I will start for the next part at the other end. Now you see here, this particle B was approaching this line with speed V. Now its speed, its velocity along the line BO, this angle will be 30 degree. So its speed along BO, that will be V cos 30 degree. So let me write the speed of B along BO, speed of, or let me write the exact term, that will be velocity. So velocity of B along BO. See what that will turn out to be. That will be equal to V cos 30 degree. So that will be equal to V root 3 by 2. So we got this. So it is approaching BO line, the point B is approaching line BO with a speed V cos 30 degree, that is V root 3 by 2, cos 30 is root 3 by 2, and the distance we have got, that is equal to D by root 3. Can we go ahead and finally we can write the time taken. We have to evaluate what time will the particles meet each other. So to reach O, To reach O, we want to write down what is the time taken. So time t will be equal to distance upon speed. Distance we got as d by root 3, and speed is actually v by 2, and it's actually root 3 v by 2. Let me write this as root 3 v by 2. Now see, this will come out to be 2d by 3v. So finally time t comes out to be 2d by 3v. This is the final result, 2d by 3v. Let's take the option. We got option number B that matches with the right answer. So the right answer will be option B, 2d by 3v. I hope that you have got how to solve this question. Let's approach for the next question of the class. That is question number 10, and prior to that, let me just wipe the board and make it ready for the next one. I hope that you are liking all such kind of questions, and it would be worthful for you all to practice how question appears in your JEE main examination. Not too tough questions actually appear, a moderate level of difficulty appears in the JEE main examination. Let's go ahead, and some questions are really tough also, and some questions by luck you get easy questions also. Let's go ahead. Question number 10. A man can swim in still water at a speed of 3 km per hour. He wants to cross a river that flows at 2 km per hour and reach the point directly opposite to his starting point. In which direction should he try to swim? That is what, find the angle his body makes with the river flow. We need to find out this, and the angle is actually given in terms of sin theta, cos theta, tan theta and sin theta. Let us try to find out how sin theta or cos theta is related with respect to the angle that he has to swim. So once again, find out, now see, in which direction should he try to swim, and he has to reach directly to the opposite bank. Let's say this is the river that we have here, as I have shown you in the class how the diagram you have to make. Now see, the river is moving with a still speed of 3 km per hour, and 2 km per hour. He wants to cross a river that flows at 2 km per hour. So this is the velocity of river with respect to ground. Now he has to sail in such a way that he should reach directly to the opposite bank. This should be the line, the path along which he should move. So I am marking this as AB. Now how should he swim? If he swims along this way, if this is the velocity of man with respect to river, if in this way he swims, his net velocity should turn out to be along this length. This should be the net velocity of the man with respect to ground, so that he reaches just opposite bank. This should be velocity of man with respect to ground. Let's say he makes an angle, and see, let's first of all try to find out what theta we are talking about. In which direction should he try to swim? That is, find the angle his body makes with the river flow. If you want to find out the velocity, the angle that the body makes with the river flow, so I am going to show that directly, that this angle is theta. This resultant velocity of man with respect to ground will be the resultant due to this velocity of man with respect to river plus velocity of river with respect to ground. If you want to know it equation wise, velocity of man with respect to river is velocity of man with respect to ground minus velocity of river with respect to ground. So velocity of man with respect to ground comes out to be velocity of man with respect to river plus velocity of river with respect to ground. That is, velocity of man with respect to ground is the vector sum of this and this. No, it has got, the resultant has got no horizontal component. So horizontal component of this, velocity of man with respect to river, cos theta should be equal to this VRG. Let me write down the magnitude. So VMR cos theta should be equal to VRG. And let me put up the values. Velocity of man with respect to river that we have, he can swim in still water at speed of 3 km per hour. So put this as 3 cos theta comes out to be VRG. VRG is given as 2 km per hour. So cos theta is 2 by 3. This is what we have obtained. Cos theta is 2 by 3, that is with respect to river flow he has to make the angle that should be signified, that should actually be equal to cos theta is equal to 2 by 3. So this option matches. So hence you can see that cos theta is equal to 2 by 3. We can see option B matches with the right answer. This is how you have to give the exact answer. And rest of things, nothing has been asked more, so you have to directly mark cos theta is equal to 2 by 3 in our response. This is how we have to do such kind of question. I hope that you have liked this session and you have understood what kind of questions are asked basically for JEE main examination. Practice more questions. That will be very much helpful for you all. And I wish you all the very best in your preparation. Till the time, thank you everyone. I'll meet you all in the next class.